Novocaine is a new action movie starring Jack Quaid as Nathan Kane, a bank manager born with a rare condition called CIPA, a condition in which he can't feel pain. When the girl of his dreams gets kidnapped, he turns his rare condition into his superpower to get her back. Jack Quaid is having one hell of a year between Companion, this, and he has another movie called Neighborhood Watch that comes out in about a month and a half or so. We are living in his world, and he is absolutely taking it by storm. The thing that makes Novocaine work is Jack Quaid's performance of this everyday Joe Schmoe. He doesn't want to be thrown into this situation, but he knows that if he doesn't get her back, she might be the one that got away. And just the things that he has to go through this entire movie is what makes this movie really fun. The trailers for this movie look like it was going to promise a high octane action movie where this guy is going to be thrown into a lot of different situations in which he's not able to feel pain, but we as the audience are able to feel some sort of pain. And a lot of the action sequences in this movie are really well done. There are moments in this movie where this guy is thrown into a lot of different situations that the average Joe Schmo would not be thrown into this situation, and just makes him do the most insane things, from putting his hands in the fryer to getting beat up multiple times, and him not being oblivious to the pain is what makes this movie work, and Jack Quaid delivers on all those aspects. The action sequences are a lot of fun to see whenever they are happening on screen. Going into this movie, I was not prepared for how violent this movie is. This movie is bloody from beginning to end, and I was not planning on getting a tattoo anytime soon, but after watching this movie, I for sure am not stepping into a tattoo shop anytime soon, because there is one gnarly scene with a tattoo artist that just had me closing my eyes, and that is where a lot of the fun of this movie is. It's just seeing all these scenarios plan out and you just trying not to be as squirmy as you can. If you are somebody that is a little bit squirmy, this movie might get to you, but that is where this movie really does succeed. It's just seeing all these crazy and dangerous scenarios that this guy is going through, and that is where I was having the most fun. They do a good job of setting up the relationship between Amber Midthunder and Jack Quaid in this movie, but it didn't work for me as much as they wanted to. When it came down to the emotional weight of this movie, I was just not able to get on board, and they do something towards the end of the movie that I kind of wish wasn't set up early on, that would have had that emotional punch just a little bit more. But really, the relationship that I was really more gravitated to is the relationship between Jack Quaid and Jacob Batalon, who plays his gamer buddy that he has never met, and he accidentally gets thrown into this situation as being the guy in the chair, kind of helping Nate guide through this situation, trying to get him from point A to point B. And when he gets introduced, he is more of the comedic relief, and they use him great. It is great and refreshing to see Jacob Batalon outside of the Spider-Man franchise, because I've seen him in a couple of things outside of Spider-Man, and I think he is serviceable for the material that he is given, and he is a lot of fun. And that is the relationship that I was able to gravitate to a little bit more than the relationship between Amber Midthunder and Jack Quaid. That buddy-buddy relationship between Jack Quaid and Jacob Batalon is the thing that made this movie work. On the things that didn't make this movie come together as a whole, the story is nothing new. We've seen the story tackled a couple of different ways, and for what this movie is, it's serviceable just to see a lot of the crazy action that goes on, but other than that, it's nothing new or nothing original. And the bad guys, one of them played by Ray Nicholson, Jack Nicholson's son. He plays a very generic, loudmouth bad guy that we've seen in multiple movies, especially in movies like this, and they don't really do much with his character. He's just there to keep Sherry, played by Amber Midthunder, hostage, and that's really the extent of his character. They don't do much with him. He pops in every now and then just to extend the runtime, and that is where the last negative for this movie comes in, is the fact that this movie keeps going on multiple times. It doesn't know when this movie wants to end, so they just throw in a car chase and it just goes on forever. And I think if you had shortened it down by about 10 minutes, this movie would have flowed a little bit better, and it wouldn't have felt long, because this movie does run in close to about 2 hours, and a lot of that has to do with like the last third act of this movie, where it just keeps going on and on and on and on. But if you're just looking for a movie to just turn your brain off and just have a lot of fun, shove some popcorn in your face and just have fun with all of the insanity that is going on, this is going to be a movie that you want to check out on the big screen, because it is just a lot of fun to see. Jack Quaid is great as this everyday Joe Schmo that throws himself into this situation. And you also have some cop characters here and there that are trying to track down Nate because they think that he is part of this group, and so they think that he's working with the bad guys until they find out that he's not. They were serviceable for what this movie is. You really didn't need them in here. I guess you just needed some more characters to extend the runtime a little bit more. But overall, this is just a fun 2-hour turn off your brain kind of movie that you can just have fun with and shove a lot of popcorn in your face. But those are my thoughts on Novocaine. Have you guys checked it out? Are you planning on checking this movie out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button so you can see more. Until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.